Hello, it's Toby and welcome back to my channel. I know it's been a very long time, but bear with me, the sophomore slump is very real. But I'm back and I guess I'm better because junior year is actually full of a lot of joy. It's a really nice year so far. So a subscriber gave me an idea for a video that I thought was so important. And I'm so sorry I don't have your name, but shout out to you because this is a very good idea for a video. I'm going to talk to you today about the best parts of Cornell and the worst parts of Cornell from a very honest perspective. I don't intend to leave anything out to make Cornell seem like very, sugar-coated, but to help you with your decision or to be like, yeah, I recognize that if you already go to school here. So today we're going to start, of course, with the benefits. These are gotten from my friends who all collectively agree that these are the main benefits of going to school here. So number one is the people. The people at Cornell are amazing. Of course there are people that are not nice, but on the majority the people are actually pretty awesome. I've made some lifelong friends here for sure. Have a great community. There's a lot we can talk about with people. Cornell is extremely diverse, for instance. I'm pretty sure it would be safe for me to say that a majority of the countries in the world are represented here. That's how diverse we are, and the school tries its best to be a very inclusive environment. Number two, I'd actually say, is just the option of classes that are offered here. The motto of Cornell is any person, any study, and they definitely live up to that motto. You can take classes like astronomy or oceanography. I took astronomy. We have an observatory, so it was really awesome to go out and look at the stars, and I saw Mars for the first time in a very clear setting. There's also a lot of really great gym classes here. You can take scuba diving. There's a lake nearby, so you can learn how to sail in the warmer weather. And the professors, a lot of them are really great. I've had quite a few classes where the professors just care so much about me. Those are my favorite. Of course, there are professors that aren't the nicest, pile on stress, but looking through reviews and from people with experience about classes, you can figure out which professors that you'd like to take their classes with, because a lot of them are really awesome, especially as you go up into more specific classes. Number three is just Ithaca itself. If you're here long enough, you're gonna hear the motto, Ithaca is gorgeous, because it's true. Ithaca is a really beautiful place, full of waterfalls and at least one big lake just right next to us. The scenery is amazing. Cornell has beautiful buildings and gardens. There's a botanical garden on campus that you can go to, and it's really spread out and beautiful. Especially in the warm weather. Summer in Ithaca is the best time to be here, and so is the warmer spring and fall. Number four is the food on campus. Cornell has excellent food from chefs who are just gourmet chefs. I always say to people who don't go here or know about our food that it'd be really sad if we're in the middle of upstate New York without really nice food, so they had to put in great food for us. I personally think that the best food is on West Campus, which is where I live, where the upperclassmen live, and you can get into the into the food to eat. And it's great. There's also a lot of free food on campus, and if you can figure out your way into the free food group me, I personally think that you've arrived, because you can eat a lot of great food for free here as well. Not to mention the dairy bar. Shout out to Philip, who's a freshman that I met, and this was his favorite thing about Cornell. Cornell makes its own ice cream, and it has a higher fat content than allowed, I believe, anywhere outside of Cornell, so they sell it here, and it's amazing. The dairy bar is where you can go to get all the flavors, but of course the food is in the dining hall as well. The ice cream, it's really good. And lastly, for the benefits of Cornell, it's just the fact that we go here. Cornell is a really awesome institution, full of so many awesome resources, of course, because it's an Ivy League. And yeah, there's so many resources, just the fact that I can use this camera, I borrowed it from the library, or you can borrow MacBooks, or you can go to clubs that provide resources. A lot of money for clubs and for, things that you want to support. So I'd say take advantage of it, all of it, because it's not in every university while you're here, when you can. And now to talk about the very real disadvantages of going to a school like Cornell. Number one, I'd say stress is of course, a real thing on any college campus. There will come a time when all your prelims, which is what we call our midterms, and all your papers are due at one time, and the professors don't care, and they want to pile everything on and won't extend the date. There's some will, because there's some really nice professors, and the stress will get to you. My advice, I suppose, is practically, I feel I had to learn to take less naps and to drink coffee instead, but also to like just basically take care of yourself. Make sure you're surrounded, you make time for your friends, make sure that you have a community to be in, make sure that you eat well and sleep well, because it's not worth like damaging yourself for a grade. I mean, we're all still figuring it out, but try to sleep at least. And also another practical tip is that it's good to organize yourself in a way a few weeks ahead sometimes, or maybe just like a week ahead. Sometimes I have to find that I have to block out times, really large chunks of times, just to be in the library to finish work, or if not, the time will go or I'll be sleeping, and so I found that as a very practical way to just make sure that I'm in a library or studying and doing my work. Number 2 is a tendency for people to compare themselves with each other based on how hard they work, or I got the least amount of sleep. It means that I worked the hardest, and I'd say that that's just a bit of a trap. There will always be somebody who's smarter than you, and it's okay if you just focus on yourself and work on learning for you, or focusing on why you came to, and to just work hard for you and for the people that you're here for, and not to get into comparison, because I don't think it's worth it. Number 3, a disadvantage actually, is how big Cornell is. The distance is real. It can take 15 to 30 minutes to walk to a class. I live, like I said, on West Campus, which is at the bottom of a slope. So I have to walk up the slope, factor that into my daily walk to get to class. So if you're not really used to distance, or don't really want to like walk too much, I don't know. But at least you get, a lot of us, we're all very fit, I can say that, because we're always walking everywhere. And sorry, and to add, if you're on North Campus, you get to pass by a waterfall to class, so that's really nice. Number 4 is actually Cornell's sporadic weather. My professor once said that there are 2 good months out of the year in Ithaca, and that's the summer months. It snows a lot here, and that's very true. You have to learn how to dress yourself to be very warm for the snow. Also, like even today, like it was very sunny this morning, and now it's like very cloudy. It's sporadic weather basically, so you have to like adjust to that. Even though when it is warm, it's so beautiful because there are flowers, wildflowers out and regular flowers out, and it's green and stuff. But truth is, it can get very dead in the winter. And lastly is the Cornell bubble, which my friends and I describe it as kind of like you just live in the world of Cornell. You're not really connected to like the city beyond, which is Ithaca. Like for example, like people in Columbia have less of like a Columbia bubble, or more have like a New York City vibe. Like they're more connected with things happening outside of their school. We are very much all within Cornell and focus in Cornell instead of in the community as outside. Alright, so that's all I have for you today. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any other ideas for videos that would be very helpful for you in the future, then please let me know, because I'd love to make more. And thank you for watching. Bye!